So we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Clerk, will you please take roll?
Councilmember Arias?
Present.
Okay. Councilmember Bredefeld?
Here.
Councilmember Krabasi?
Here.
Councilmember Maxwell?
Present.
Councilmember Soria?
Here.
Council Vice President Esparza?
Present.
And President Chavez will not be attending due to a conflict.
That's correct. He lives close to the project.
Gotcha.
Great. Thank you, Clerk. So per the clerk's announcement and the attorney's announcement, I'll be chairing the meeting today as Vice President of the Council. I've got my colleagues here working on a California holiday. I appreciate you all being here on short notice. We'll go ahead and adjourn today's meeting in memory of Cesar Chavez, based on it being Cesar Chavez Day here. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Arias?
Yes.
Councilmember Bredefeld? Councilmember Bredefeld?
Yes, sorry about that.
Okay. Councilmember Krabasi?
Yes.
Councilmember Maxwell?
Aye.
Councilmember Soria?
Yes.
And Vice President Esparza?
Aye. So what we'll be doing here, our format is we will, for this special session of the council, head into a closed session first, and then come back out here when we conclude and hear the item that's on the open session agenda. City Attorney, can you read off the item we'll be hearing in closed session?
Yeah, it's the only one listed. It's the potential litigation versus the county and potential developer. So we'll go into closed session now.
Sounds good. We'll be back. Question is actually in my district. I was actually, I think, the sponsor who brought forth and sponsored the original agreement back in September of 2019. And being here this afternoon, I really take no pleasure in having this conversation so publicly. All of you know me. I'm not a sensationalist, but in the spirit of transparency, I think the public deserves an explanation for the action that we're considering taking today and withdrawing from this development deal. So we're here today holding a special meeting because of the, I would call it potentially time-sensitive nature of the decision of whether the city should continue to partner with the county and a private party, a developer, on turning the UMC campus at Kings Canyon and Cedar into affordable housing. So if you'll allow me to provide just a bit of a background, the timeline, and overall just sort of the logic and reason why I'm now steering this council toward a hands-off approach to this project when I was previously supportive. So almost as soon as I was sworn in early 2019, I was presented with this particular project proposal to transform, again, the UMC campus into affordable housing units, I think, with a focus on senior housing, as well as some potential commercial. I was very excited about the project, very enthusiastic, threw my full support behind it, immediately got in the room with all the right folks. That included myself being the representative of the area, as well as our city staff, planning department, city attorneys, the county, all of their staff and their county council, and of course the developer who was presenting the proposal. The proposal hinges on the county sale of the campus to the developer. So the idea is that sale would take place and that the city would back the affordable housing covenants and enforce those. And that was what we agreed to. So the city, being in full support at that time, approved a regulatory agreement to oversee the monitoring of the affordability covenants in August of 2019, based on a proposed sale of this site, the UMC site, to the company, to the developer. And at that time, it was understood that the closing date would be December 24th, 2019. So again, was very excited about the project and the timeline and how fast it was moving. The purchase and sale agreement, to my understanding, has been amended 7 or 8 times, including multiple extensions. Primarily on the county side, there has not been any legislative action on it since, again, that fall of 2019 on the city's part, at least. The wrench got thrown into the mix around the summer, fall of last year, 2020, when it was alleged that a county employee who was heavily involved in spearheading the deal from the very beginning surrendered to law enforcement for a felony conflict of interest with criminal charges currently pending. And so, upon learning of these allegations and what was transpiring, obviously the deal wasn't sounding right, didn't look right. And I started to very much take a hands-off approach. And it was our understanding at the city that per the agreements, the multiple agreements, that everything had pretty much expired at July 31st, 2020 anyway. So, our position was, or my position was, pretty much to sort of just let this die out and let the process, legal process in that conflict of interest issue be resolved and kind of watch how things unfold. There were a number of different correspondence between the county and the city over the last several months. A couple of the recent letters we received from the county. We received a letter from the county on March 12th that stated the deal would not close unless the city affirmed the regulatory agreement. We, of course, did not affirm. We have not taken any action. And so again, sort of status quo, maintaining that the deal was effectively done. However, yesterday at noontime, we received a letter from the county that states, kind of sings a different tune. And it states that the deal between the county and the developer will close on or around April 1st. And that they consider the regulatory agreement with the city to be recorded and valid. That alarmed me because my understanding was that the city no longer had a role in this particular project. Me seeing the project as tainted with this unresolved issue. And that is what ultimately caused me to call for this special meeting just about 24 hours later. And for us to be considering the resolution before us today. I do want to say that, certainly as a District 7 representative, not giving up on this property. I'm simply saying that under the circumstances, we can't in good conscience just look the other way on these unresolved allegations and issues. And how this project, potentially came to life in the first place. I know there are critics out there who would lay the blame at the city's feet for withdrawing from this particular proposal with these particular partners. And I'm here to say that that's a fallacy. I mean, to me, this is not a controversial decision for this council. When a teenager gets in trouble at home and the parents say they can't go to prom anymore, we don't blame the parent. The county is fully capable of administering the affordable housing covenants on this project itself if they chose to. But it's my understanding that at this point they have chosen not to opt for that. And actually, I'll take this time to ask our city attorney if we pass this resolution and formally withdraw. What options does the county have at this point with this property?
Right. The county would have several options to continue with the project. One, the county could comply with the Surplus Land Act, put it out for RFP, see who interested parties are. Of course, the law favors affordable housing. This developer could submit a proposal and ultimately do another deal with the county without the taint of the conflict of interest and go forward on that basis. The county could administer the covenants itself, or the county could press pause and wait for the conflict of interest situation to be resolved one way or the other. And if it's determined that there was no conflict, then reapproach the city and talk then. So they really have at least 3 options to continue with the project if they choose to.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. And I suspect, we'll see one of those several options play out. I mean, this is a very unfortunate predicament for this neighborhood and our residents who want to see this property thrive sooner rather than later. And I think we'll certainly be looking forward to the next opportunity to transform this campus. We want to go to the dance too, but the city, I don't think, is not willing to work with this tainted deal. I think I speak for many folks, many officials. Right? We examine every deal and the folks behind it on its merits. Certainly having some kind of potentially unsavory history in someone's past is no official disqualifier from working with the city if there's a good project to be had. But again, the situation we have here is, I consider it very unresolved, and that's enough reason to follow my instinct that the city shouldn't be touching this project until there is clarity. If something substantial were to change, and I regain full trust that this transaction was 110% above board, and we had seen the conflicts through to a satisfactory resolution, then this council could reconsider re-entering into an agreement with the county on any given Thursday or a special meeting as we are here today. But as things stand, I think we have to bow out for the time being. And with that, I will make the motion to approve the resolution.
I'll second that.
All right, I think we need to go out to the public. So at this time, any attendees who are here, feel free to raise your hands, and we will take your comment. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing no hands raised. So there's a raise hand button on your Zoom feature. And is it *6 or *9 to raise your hand on a phone?
*6.
*6. Okay. Going to go ahead and close public comment.
Oh, there's one.
There's one. Oh, here we go. So we have Pastor Moises Garcia. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah, my question is, and we talked earlier, you're talking about is tainted. What's some of the things that are happening behind the scenes that cause it to be tainted? And we talked about being resolved, the issue. Do we have any information how it's being resolved, and what you mean by the word tainted? Because I look at the project as a member of our community, what the project is going to be. Something positive, something that will help our community economically, bring some vibrancy and some thriving economic opportunities overall. So what is it that's causing the tainted aspect of it? For you to say no.
Pastor, will that conclude your comments?
Yeah, that's clear.
Thank you. Do we have any additional public comments? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close public comment at this time. Coming back up to the virtual dais, City Clerk, we have a roll call.
Councilmember Arias,
Yes.
Councilmember Bredefeld,
Yes.
Councilmember Karbasi, Councilmember Maxwell.
Sorry, I just got reconnected. I don't know what happened. After the
doing a roll
last
call.
speaker spoke and it went to the chair.
Okay.
Are we voting?
Yes, we are.
What was the motion?
The motion was to
Support the resolution.
support the resolution.
Aye.
So you're an aye. Okay. Councilmember Soria,
Aye.
Councilmember Esparza.
Aye.
Okay.
Clerk, I don't think you recorded my vote. No, this isn't. It's going to be an aye.
Oh, yeah, I did. I heard you. Okay, so 6-0.
Okay, that'll conclude our special meeting for today. Appreciate all of you again making it on this 24-hour notice. When I woke up yesterday morning, I didn't know I'd be calling a meeting. But I appreciate us getting through it. Meeting adjourned. And
Happy
memory,
Cesar Chavez Day.
Yes.
memory of Cesar Chavez. Thank you, Councilmember Soria.
Hopefully we'll get a holiday soon.